Hey guys, welcome to another movie review. This evening I'm going to review the film Maximum Overdrive. Now, this film is considered to be the worst adaptation of a Stephen King novel ever. And this is the one and only time that Stephen King stepped behind the camera to direct. And of course, he wrote and directed this, and he had a small cameo in the beginning of the film. And this film had a $9 million budget, and it made $7.4 million at the box office. Now, this is loosely based on his short story Trucks, which includes other short stories in the Night Shift collection. And this film, of course, has a 17% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 5.4 out of 10 on IMDb, but an 84% approval on Google. Now, this film stars Emilio Estevez, Pat Hingle, Laura Harrington, Yeardley Smith, Frankie Faison, and Leon Rippey. Now, we'll be getting to Yeardley Smith here in a little bit. This is a science fiction horror film released on July 25th, 1986. And like with most, well, not most films, but some films in the 1980s, they were really bad and real cheesy. Now, when this first came out, it was met with negative reviews, and a lot of critics hated this film, including Stephen King himself. And he hasn't directed a movie since. But since then, there has been a cult following for this film. I'm one of those included. Now, this is by far not a great film, but it has a soft spot in my heart, and it's entertaining. Let's just put it that way. I mean, we don't watch this movie for its writing, directing, or story. We watch it for the machines taking over and destroying stuff and killing people. And we certainly don't watch this movie to listen to Yeardley Smith yelling every 5 seconds. Overall, the characters were just... Even Emilio Estevez couldn't save this film. And he was trying. I really felt he was trying. But the writing was just so bad that it made the characters look even worse. And I kind of felt sorry for Emilio, because he's coming off a high with The Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, to name a couple films, and he's just diving into his career, leading into other movies, the Mighty Ducks franchise, Young Guns, and films like that. You know, he came off The Outsiders too in 1983, and but this film has a lot of flaws, and I get that. And a lot of people hate it, but some people enjoy it. And there was some accidents on set with this movie too. The main one being when the lawnmower, there is a radio-controlled lawnmower, it went out of control, hitting this big pile of wood that was on set, and it tore up the wood, and the splinters went shooting all over the place, and it hit the director of photography, Armando Nanuzzi, and he ended up losing an eye because of that incident. And so, of course, he sued Stephen King and 17 other people with the film, and ultimately they settled out of court. But that was huge on this film. As far as an incident, there was another minor incident with the ice cream truck when it explodes and flips. But nothing really happened there. A cameraman was almost in the way, but was pulled out of the way. But that was another minor incident. But the other guy losing his eye was bad. It was bad enough to film it is what it is. But that happens. That can't be good either. But let's get to the positives. Like I said, I love the fact that the machines are taking over and they're going there killing people. The one funny scene that I laugh at is the soda machine where it's spitting out the sodas, and first it kills the coach, but it ends up hitting a couple of kids. But before you see the soda machine spitting out the sodas, when you look at the kids, they're already in a stance, uh, ready for the sodas to start spitting out, and they really shouldn't be doing that. That is a movie mistake, because they don't know that's going to happen. And I always found that to be real funny. And then, of course, when the coach gets hit the first couple times, they're laughing. But then when he takes a direct hit to the head and falls back, then it's not so funny. Uh, One cool kill in this film is the little kid flips on his bike and his feet are trapped in the bike, and the roller comes rolling over and just crushes him. That's a good kill. Uh, I love the truck with the green, like goblin-looking face on it. Uh, I love the fact that it's not just cars, but headsets, headphones, pretty much anything that has a motor is out of control. And that's what I like about. That's a positive for this movie. I love that. Uh, I love the fact that you not only have the machines, but you have like simple things like the railroad track signs are going on and off. Headlights are flashing as you're going by, even though the cars don't have engines in some of them. That's a good thing for this film. But the writing for the characters is bad. The lines between the different characters is god awful. And a guy like Stephen King, you would think would come up with a better screenplay for these characters. And yeah, it is cheesy, but it's bad and it's cheesy at the same time. But that's one of the negatives, and that's one of the other positives I was talking about was the trucks taking over. But the whole thing that this gas station has a weapons hold basically kind of cracks me up too. Being that this is a truck stop, you wouldn't see that kind of artillery at a truck stop. But I also find it fun too, because it is fun for them to watch them blow up the trucks and stuff. But besides that, there's only those couple of positives. Like I said, I like the idea of the trucks and everything, but the writing for the characters, it drags the movie down. And some of the acting with these side characters is really bad too. But one scene that always gets me is when the one gas station attendant is pumping the diesel in that truck, and it stops. So he looks at the nozzle directly, and it shoots the diesel in his eyes. And I feel that pain every time because my eyes are sensitive to light and everything, and to have that in your eyes, I can't imagine the irritation and the pain. But another thing I don't like about this movie is Yeardley Smith, who plays Connie in this film. Seems like every 10 seconds she is yelling. She's either yelling at him, her new husband, or yelling at the truck, or yelling at somebody. And that is really annoying. That's the one thing in this film I wish that King would have went back through and just cut out or reshot and told her not to scream. I mean, I guess it's okay to scream initially, but when you're doing it almost every scene you're in, that is so annoying. And I really wanted a truck to run her over. That's how annoying it was. And then before they get to the truck stop, the married couple, they go to this gas station to see if they can get gas, and the guy sees a dead body, and she's like, "Is he dead?" And then a truck comes and tries to wipe the husband out, and then her next line is "Curtis, are you dead?" Well, if he's dead, he's not going to answer you, you know. And those are the lines I'm talking about for these characters. It's just so bad. And then, of course, with this movie, one flaw is there's always one last kill before people get away. There's always that one dumbass that's got to stop and do something. And in this instance, spoiler if you haven't seen the movie, but in the end of the movie, when they're ready to get on the boat and get on the island, this guy notices a dead woman with a fat diamond ring and decides, oh, well, I guess I can make a stop and take the ring, you know, because it's not like I'm running for my life or anything. And ultimately, he gets run over, which it's like that. I don't remember the name of the movie, but when the kid with the glasses, he's like, oh my God. It's like one of the worst scenes in a movie. Well, this guy just stands there and he's like, ah, for like 5 seconds. It doesn't even bother to try and move. That's another thing that's god awful in this movie is they don't step to the left or the right. These are straight shot kills with these trucks, and they got to be a little bit more inventive when the trucks are killing them or trying to run them down. But you're just standing there waiting for them to just take a straight shot at you. I mean, come on, that's not reality. That's not going to happen. But overall, I really like this film. Like I said, it has a soft spot in my heart. I love the movie for two things: the machines taking over and AC/DC music all throughout this movie. Stephen King handpicked them to write the music and do the music for this film, and those are the two best things about this movie: is the machines taking over and kicking ass, and then AC/DC singing on this movie. It's phenomenal. But then there's a lot of flaws, which I've already got into. But overall, I like this film. And I just finished watching it again. And I do recommend that you check it out, even though it is a box office disappointment. And like I said, critics hated this film. Even Stephen King didn't like this adaptation of his short story. But over time, people have gotten to like it. And like I said, it's got a cult following now. So definitely check it out. And on my rating scale of 1 to 10, I'll give Maximum Overdrive a 5 out of 10. It's like I said, it's not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination. Pretty much, I gave it 10, 9. I gave it a C minus on an A plus to F grade scale, which I think is fair. Like I said, it had its 2 good points, 2 good things in the movie, but there's just too many flaws. But C minus or a 5 out of 10, I think is sufficient. So. But definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. You will appreciate those couple of things I mentioned. But other than that, in the comment section below, if you have seen this film, let me know if you liked it or not, and let me know what are some of your favorite parts of the movie, and let me know what some of your flaws in the movie are. I would love to hear feedback from you guys. So until next time, I thank you for watching this movie review, and you guys have a great day.